Hello.
hello.
Hello,
Hi. Good
everyone.
evening, good afternoon, good day. 大家好。Linda, good
Hi,
day.
Linda.
So, anyone here? Okay, say hi to us. Today's our topic is not really. It is just merely a sharing. Okay. So I'm not sure how much I can remember, but we'll try. Try very best. Hello, Max.
Hi, Max.
哇！計呢今日講呢啲嗰陣時，剩翻一粒眼啫喎。
Hi, Mimic. Don't be so
Hi,
excited
Mimi.
啦，冇咁緊張。
How's everyone? We
Hi,
are
Yvonne.
coming to the mid of September already. Hi,
Yes.
Yvonne. Hi,
Hi, Edward.
Edward. 大家好，大家好。Anyone holding a new Huawei phone? Now, when you want if you want the topics to get heat up, okay, then you must mention Huawei already, okay? Hey, before we start, okay,
Huawei's new phone
we
very period 9
okay? Yes, so that's why I said before we start, maybe we talk a little bit about Huawei phone, okay? Because the Huawei phone is very period 9. So I saw it from the post. All the parts from a phone, the names are all very universe and then very spiritual. Just talk about the casing, okay? The casing is the tortoise, 玄武 tortoise. Okay.
Yes, the black
So the
tortoise.
casing is
the black
玄武
tortoise.
casing. The black tortoise casing, the name. Okay, which model?
Really?
Max 60. What Max 60? Max 60 Pro. Okay, and then they have a new features which is the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. They combine this. They call it near link, and the speed is 6 times faster. Yeah, I think 6
We're
times or
beginning to
something
sound like
faster than.
Huawei. Hey, we're beginning to sound like Huawei paid us to promote. Okay, can we stop?
Yeah,
Because
lor.
Huawei not paying us. Okay,
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Aiya.
Because all the names are so
Hey
interesting.
Huawei,
is
you
it?
want us to talk about your period 9 phone? You better pay us first.
Oh, so when I read all the name, then it's so period 9. The what's that? Chips then is the Kirin. Kirin in Chinese is 麒麟 ah. Okay.
Yes.
So it's also so period 9. Okay.
It's one of
And it
the
is so interesting.
ancient spiritual animal. Can we say that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So but some of those on the social media they comment, it's like when you're holding a Huawei phone, it's like 可以 pick
Can-
tear.
Mm.
To cast any spells away, okay, with that phone. Yes, Edward, you are right.
Okay,
So now waiting for that. So
so
actually today's
preparing for
topic.
tonight's topic, I prepared 2 things. Number 1, I prepared peanuts because 聽股冇博股嘛，食花生咯。The other thing
Okay.
I did was I watched the 90s version of 包青天. Actually, I do that regularly because it helps me understand their thinking. Because to me, they're kind of like aliens, But don't worry, guys. When I eat peanut, I will mute myself.
Keep quiet. Cannot okay. So the reason being that today we shared about this is that because recently I came across the two professors who are the philosophers. They are philosophies professors. Okay, and actually I was learning on the I Ching part, okay, so that's where I came across. Then another one when I came across that he is from Fudan, China Fudan University. So then I was quite surprised where for Fudan universities they talk about Chinese metaphysics. So then it was an eye opener, okay, and the way that two of them explain is like we always think that the first thing we always say, my son ma, okay, is it superstitious? And they cleared this so well, okay. So when we talk about superstitious, it is for Chinese metaphysics. If you believed in Chinese medicines, Chinese medicines 有金木水火土嘛，都係 okay. So also the 5 elements. So and if you think that Chinese medicines exist, and if you think that the 5 elements exist, which is the earth, metal, wood, all these 5. So if you think all these exist, then Chinese metaphysics is not superstitious. Okay, it is a fact-based, it is science-based. So and one of
I
the
want to
mm,
let me jump in a little on this, because I really think everyone who studies this need to study the 5 elements deeply. We don't have to believe the 5 elements exist. Okay, because they just basically, even though they say it's water lah, wood lah, fire lah, whatever lah, okay, but actually what they are trying to describe is 5 types of energy that constantly is transforming, moving around. 5 types of universal energy. So I mean,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
when you read the Bazi chart a lot, when you go beyond the technical, you're getting a picture of the inner landscape of the person.
yeah. So because especially for Chinese medicines, they follow a lot following this the elements, okay. So like 等間你個 body 如果爭金嘅話, if you lack of metal in the body, so then what are the things that you need to replenish, or what are the medicines, or the illness that you were expecting, So then what this professor described is that he describes it very well, is that our 八字 is like prescriptions. Okay, so it's a prescriptions where you look at the prescriptions, you will know what are the things that you need to do to fix this 八字. Okay. 所以講呢個係一個藥方啊，一個藥方，所以你一睇落去 then you will know, okay. So then everyone actually are born with these prescriptions, okay. And then of course because in Chinese is 命理嘛, okay. 命 is where the life 嘛, okay. So then the 理 is where your 運嘛, 命運嘛, okay. So 命運嘛. So 命 is where that you're born with it. Whether like it or not, if you do not believe in this, I say you just look at a lot of people. Some of your friends, maybe we just look at someone that close to you, okay, your peers or your best friend or your whoever, okay. So you guys go to the same school, study the same thing, but somehow some people, they are just born intelligent, okay. Or the other person is like is not intelligent, but somehow if running on the field, this person just run faster than you, no matter how you train. Like Michael Phelps, okay, so he's born a good swimmer, all right. So no matter how you fight, then he just the number 1. So this, once you recognize that this is the part where it's fixed, okay. So one of the professor was saying that the rich or the poor, or you are excel in your career path, or you are just you are just bad luck most of the time, luck is just not on your side, promotion is forever the other person and not you. See, somehow this part here is fixed. It's like when you see a dramatic chart, okay, so the chart is like wow 真係好誇張嘅 okay 大到 like so those are meant to be big, but the things that they go through might be very big as well. So when you see a balance chart, so everything is like okay, come on, then your life is also like okay, so you don't hope that you will be how, but somehow you are born like that. Okay, so this is how they explain on this. But of course, on the other end, on the Confucius part is that we always teach like the chicken soup thing, okay, like you 有志者事竟成 okay, like as long as you do your best, so everything you can conquer or whatever. So but because of this teaching, then a lot of people will think that 我唔信命, I don't believe in this, okay, so then we just keep fighting, but at the end of the day, until one point you will realize that like that's why those days they have these words for a lot of all these 才子, all the smart guys, okay, they have this problems of like sickness lah, of like 咩啊叫華語叫懷才不遇啊，懷才不遇啊。So it's like they have so much of talent, but they are not discovered. So at the end of the day, they are not happy, So they feel like, why I'm not that bad, but how come I'm not being seen, I'm not being recognized, So but once you understand that you have this man, which is 生出嚟係咁樣嚟, so then you will tend, when you look at your chart, okay, yeah, I know what are the things that I can do. What are the things that is within my control, I can fix it. And what are the things that is out of my control, which I have to let go and let go. So that's how, so suddenly like, the whole thing link, and you know that which part that you can do something, which part you are not. So then they actually shared one of these very famous Mao Zedong, okay. So Mao Zedong is a big name, so then we will think that sure his chart is like 大富大貴啦, so must be very well to do everything. So yes, he is meant to do good, do big things for the country, but his family, his first wife passed away. Second wife, mental problem. The third wife was caught, Jiang Qing was the one, okay, caught, and then suicide, okay. And then his children, one died in the war, and then his daughter at the end, like while he was bedridden, on his last stage, then only the doctor came and visited him. Then he asked why, like for so long you never come and visited me. Then the doctor said, you will just never belongs to us. Okay. So that is how the chart, like sometimes you are meant to do this, but there are things that you will need to sacrifice, So but it's not that he wanted to. Somehow the chart will bring him to that, So then then they will advise like, if let's say our life is so good, okay, don't brag and don't like, wow, you see, is my effort, is my this. I said, no, it's somebody's effort, not yours. So, but of course you do something on it also, okay, because you are talented, you are born with this, and somehow you learn and you got this. They said like then one of the example also they gave like how to see life like this. So he and his friends, both of them were studying Chinese metaphysics. Okay, so then they had a study group as well. Okay, so then they were study groups like for 6 months to 1 year. Then out of sudden, this friend never appeared. So for 1 whole month, never shown up, nothing. Then after that, when he bumped into the friend again, then the friend said, "Oh, actually, I went and invested on the IPO." Then he was saying like, suddenly you invested in IPO. We were studying Chinese metaphysics, what? Then when they study the chart, they say, "Oh, the friend's actually going through the wealth luck." So then somehow his friend just have this force to push him to apply for IPO. Okay, so this is how they explain on it. Okay, and so because most of us we practice this, we always things like people always say that, oh, Chinese metaphysics or 八字 is superstitious. But when we are studying it, when we understand it, we know that it's not superstitious. But because of the old belief, like and keep saying that, oh, when you learn more, if you dwell into it more, then you are. So then some part in ourselves, we also think that, yeah, maybe we are superstitious. But then when this explained, when it combines on all this, then I said, okay. So then at least now
I'm
we
100% not
learn
superstitious.
better. How to see in
Okay lah, 100% is too much lah.
Christine asked,
I would say 90% not superstitious.
and actually one of the things that they explained, Christine, later we reply to you on this. Okay, talking about the 5 elements. Okay, and we always think that the 5 elements is the 金木水火土 lah. Okay, the metal, wood, all these 5. But how it explains the 5 is actually the energy, like Pauline just now started with this, that it is a form of energy. So the earth is always at the center. Okay, so fire on top and the water bottom. Okay, and then the wood on the east, and then the metal on the west. So when going around, when the energy, okay, the chi, okay, when they go around the directions, so the wood is expanding, so it's going out. Okay, and then the metal is towards the earth. So because metal always underneath the earth, and then the fire is increasing, and then the water is always flow to the lower ground. And for water and fire and water, these two, they are visible, but you cannot catch it. Okay, unless you use a container to hold it. Okay, but for wood and metal, they are visible, and they are also you can hold it in your hand. Okay, so in Chinese words, when we ask someone to pass something to us, okay, or give us in English is think. Okay, THING, think. So 给我那个东西，把那个东西拿来。Okay, so 东西 is something can hold. So they use the word 东西 instead of they use 南北. So that's how the Chinese
To
words
illustrate,
come from.
to explain to English speaking audience, I just learned this myself because when Charmaine told us last week, me and Jonas, who don't read Chinese, were like, what the fuck you talking about? So then only I found out that the written word for thing, 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 in Mandarin is east and west. I didn't know that. I didn't
The
know
word,
that. Right? It's east and west. I always thought that it's written some way, but no, I don't know. I can't read, don't care. Right? And then so she's been going on and on and on and on. And then Jonas and myself, the two bananas, going like, what? Gome.
because actually, even though for myself also, I'm so used to this word 东西 okay, and it never occurs to me that it is related to this as well. Actually, in a lot of the Chinese words, all Chinese metaphysics, you know. 就好似我哋講雞犬不寧啊，you know, the rooster and dog cannot get along together. So it's also from the 八字, the 雞犬不寧. The dog and rooster are
But
on
let's
relationship.
let's talk about how it devolved into being regarded as superstition. And also, what intrigued me was what you 漏出少少 just now, the two types of people who should study metaphysics. Well, which one is that?
Yeah. So unfortunately, I think for myself, I fall under the not the category. Okay. So the advice. There are only two type of people, okay, can study Chinese metaphysics, okay, and can only these two type of people can study Buddhism, okay, because the scope is too wide, okay. Why? One is those that who are very wise and very smart, okay. So because the topics is so huge, okay. So then there are so many things that they need to dive in, okay, and then they need to dissect, okay. So then they have to be very wise so that they understand everything inside out, okay. Or another type of people is someone okay. So meaning that they are uneducated. All right. Yeah. So when they are not educated, the only thing that they are not study, but they are just follow blindly. Okay. So actually, the superstitious part is that how they explain also, like, because this is a study, is a subject, with a lot of how should I say, with everything regarded from a universe, from the nature, and because it is so difficult, so only the educated one are able to grasp this knowledge. Okay. Then after that, when these people, so when in Chinese there are these two type. One is the study one, another one is 盲派, the blind. 應該講咩啊？做咩盲派係
blind school or blind
school. The blind school. So the blind school were just purely based on what the teacher, the literacy one, okay, they teach them through verbal. Okay. So 用口講嘅啫，因為 because they don't know, they do not know how to write all this嘛。Okay. So then through verbal. So but because they are also talented. So through verbal, but they can understand, they remember, okay, they cannot write or what. So then what they do is they just say out to those that who come to them to tell them, when they look at them, 你哋兩個唔啱啊 ，OK， 你哋唔嫁得唔娶得㗎啦 ，OK。So why 啊？因為你哋唔得啊，你哋煩啊 ，OK。So 你哋衝啊。So they will just say it like that, okay, like, both of you cannot get married, okay, because both of you clash, okay, not suitable to each other, okay. So that's how the chicken and rabbit, you guys cannot get along, so cannot. So then just like that, then the botak go back will say, cannot, just like that, So then after that, or maybe they do not believe, and then someone really go and do it. Wow, then the result turned out is really bad. So then that's how that they started worship the blind school, saying that, then everything they go and ask the fella. Then this is how the superstitious comes already, okay? Like, so
we also have to understand the Chinese culture has a reverence for teachers, right? So when the Utache go and teach the Botache, first thing that happens is you cannot you cannot question one. You can only, when teacher teach, you are supposed to memorize and accept. There's no questioning
yeah,
allowed.
yes,
Why,
yes,
teacher? Why? Okay.
yep,
Nowadays it's different. Yeah. In class we drive Master Gary nuts. Okay. When every other sentence out of his mouth, why? How to remedy? How to use? you know so
yeah,
if
yeah,
last time kena PR already, get sent out of
yeah,
school.
yeah,
So that's one.
yeah.
No questioning the teachers. And then the second thing is, because it's verbal, so sometimes things get lost in translation.
Mm, yes, yes. That's why there is I Ching, of course, they know where it came from, okay, from who. Uh, I think for 八字, actually, until now, they do not know who started off the 八字.
Mm,
I Ching, they
mm,
know, but 八字 now,
mm,
they cannot find where the source started. And I actually talk
mm,
about I Ching also, very interesting that this five 其實五黃啊，我哋成日講經，我哋死咩咩啊，actually the five is so powerful, okay? So of course it's
mm-hmm,
not talking about the five goals. So it's talking about I Ching, okay? Because on I Ching, when all the uh this is on the 罗书 I Ching, okay? So the 罗书 I Ching 先天卦嘛. So when 3 and 8 on the east, okay, and then 1 and 6 on the south, okay. So all these numbers, when they put together, when minus is always 5. 6 minus 1 is 5,
mm,
8
mm,
minus 3 is 5,
mm.
So 9
7
minus 4
minus
is
2.
5.
Yep.
So everything is come back to 5. And then our hand is 5. So when you put together, is I Ching, then it's 10. Okay, so and also the for Confucius teaching, so it's also 5. Okay, 嗰個仁義咩啊仁智信禮儀 ，okay，呢五隻啊，仁 is where the being kindness, okay，仁智 is wise, okay, and then 仁智咩咗啊？信is where the trust, okay, and then 禮 is where the manners, and then 義 is where the 義氣叫咩啊？義氣係咩啊 ？righteous 啊
righteous.
？righteous 啊？okay. So it's also with the core of 5. Okay. Yes, Edward. Yeah. When all these 5 minus off is 5, then everything when you add up is 10. Okay. So then that's where. So then then what they say is so how wonderful our hand is. Okay. With this, these two is where that you can do wonders. Oh, interesting. I find it interesting. Sorry, I'm not sure whether you're interested or not. I mean, feel interesting or not. But it's just that for me, when I studying the whole thing, I was like, wow, I was just,
Guys,
wow, wow.
guys. Okay, recently we shared the Chiman stars, right? I present to you now the true face of the assistant star. Like that.
There are many. I'm sure many of you here are the same. Okay. So the type like when I learn something new, I will feel like wow. Okay. So the thing is that it's something that we already having it, but it's just that we sometimes we just never give a damn like wow. Okay, it is really something. So that is how. And another one is talking about chi. Okay. So like Jonathan the energy so 呢個 chi 嘅呢個 part is that everything is all about chi. Okay. The moment whether they're saying that whether you want to believe that that is your 天命 okay, 天俾你嘅命 okay, is where that on your firstborn, your first breath. Okay, your first breath during your the newborn, on the newborn, the first breath is where you connecting the chi of the heaven, earth, and man. Okay, so that's why if the baby cannot grasp that first breath, this life is no longer exist. Okay, so the moment you grasp that first breath, that is where your life started. Your real life started. Okay, then so this is how that it works lah. So then from Confucius to Taoism to Buddhism. Okay, these three is that when they are very young, we teach them Confucius. Okay, that is where the five teaching just now. Okay, Yan Yi Ji Sun Lai Yi, this five. So is where that is their core. Okay, and then the next stage, once they are is where they teach you how to be someone who has a core. Then the next stage is where that we are now at this stage that we learn about the Tao. Okay, so Tao is where the law of the nature. Okay, and then the next stage is where is the Buddhism. Okay, of course this can be any other religions. Okay, so then this part here will be teaching on the letting go, or what are the things that you are holding on, things that you need to let go. So, but by understanding the Tao, this is where that like just now we at the very beginning we were saying, if you know that you are not the Fata chart, okay. So if you are not the Fata chart, and then the get rich chart, or you are not the chart, you are having a chart with so many bullying punishment. Okay, so then you are having a chart where when the newborn since young, we were maybe as an orphan, or you get bullied, or how. Once you accept this part here, so when the Buddhism part will teach how to, there are things that you have to let go. Okay, what are the things that you have to hold on? What are the things that you have to let go? So that's the steps of it. Yeah.
Christian
What
has
about
a nice
premature?
question. Yeah, that's fate,
Mhm.
Christian.
Mm,
That's called fate. You're supposed to
correct.
be born later. You're supposed to have another child, but for some reason,
Mm,
you have to be induced, right? And that's fate. There have been quite a few times when we do date selection for babies, cesarean birth, and the
mm,
date is really good, but the baby cannot wait, and
mm.
and
Yeah,
the birth happens
yeah.
earlier because the date that was selected is too good for this baby. They don't have that fate to accept this chart,
Mm,
to accept this chart, so came out earlier.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
this
Yes,
is called fate.
correct. Yes. And there's another explanation on because some like Christian asked this, and another question posted was like, how about those like the recent earthquake in Morocco? Okay, so like thousands of lives. Then how do we explain this? Okay, because if let's say fate, then everyone should go at a different timing. But why, some just go at the same timing all at once? Okay, so then another part to explain this is that 嗰個國運嘛, the country's fate
Country's
is
fate.
bigger than our fate. The
Mm.
country's fate is even larger than us, unless like we hold a chart which is so good, okay, even better than the country's one, then be able to escape. So that's why 佢 actually 佢解釋一啲係 I find it all this explanation that of course to other is superstitious, okay, then will say like, see, this alone is not stand already or whatever, you know. But I think it explained in a very nice, in a very in a well-mannered way, okay, where it's easy to understand, okay. Because if let's say someone, and Confucius actually started to learn Chinese metaphysics, learn I Ching, okay, when he was at his 50. Okay, so before that, he was someone that who believes in I am the one who determine everything. Okay, so until that he learned, so that is how that he came up with this phrase. Okay, they said 30而立 okay, at age 30 you are independent. Okay, and then at age 40 40不惑, okay, at age 40 you no longer having doubts. Okay, but it's not that not having doubts doesn't mean that everything also you don't doubt. Okay, like there's nothing bother you anymore. Oh, it doesn't mean like that. It's just that things that even though they are doubts, but you already know how to handle it and how to overcome it. And you won't easily sway by all these doubts. Okay, that is at age 40. So if age 40 you still don't 你唔認命啊，即係 at age 40 you still don't believe there is fate, then you are somehow not very intelligent or not very wise. Because until 40歲你都覺得 you know I can still 嗰啲咁樣啦，所謂 then 30 40 50 okay, 30而立40不惑50知命 at age 50你 finally 知道你嘅命啊 ，OK， then 60係咩咗 wait 啊，60係咩咗？呢個係 one of the 60啊，60 is what 60順耳仔順咗啊 ，OK， so like at 60 you were anything that people saying, okay, you just don't, you bought up already, okay, you don't care anymore, you know, it's like whatever lah, okay, so anything you want to say you just say, okay, so 60就耳順啦 okay, then at 70就從心所欲, so at 70s everything is just you are just doing it with your heart. You know, your life is like you do not depend on anyone else already, or to please anybody or what all this. Okay, so that's how the stages of life. Okay, so that is where so 50 知命，我哋咪其實都幾啱 timing 嘛。So Jonas the chief very high level okay, that's why Jonas 好早啊知命啊。
Means I've been through enough shit to realize about life, the meaning of life. So sort of like a 12 growth phase lah. Right now only rebirth.
Right. That's why they were saying like if you do not believe this, okay, it's like maybe when we're growing up, okay, you know that you like somebody, okay, and you think that you must marry that person to become your other half, okay, but somehow life just doesn't turn up that way. All right, maybe
I
you
wanted to
marry
marry
a
George
fierce
Michael.
wife.
He turned out to be gay.
Yeah, lor. How
Yes,
sad.
and then you maybe actually we've seen so many, right? We've seen many couples where one person is so nice and the other one is like a devil. Okay, so I mean on the sound mind, if let's say you are you know that you know sometimes maybe when you're lying on the bed you say how on earth that I can marry this person, but you just marry it. And then the one you admire so much become your neighbor, you just never get to marry her. Okay, so I'm like, how you don't how you say that you know you do not believe that you know a lot of things are really go on a tin man, you know, that there is something that is a heaven haven't given.
And how about the verse of 好丑命生成? Your
係啊
good or bad life has
Yes.
been it has been set the moment you are born.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, wait,
Yep.
guys. This is heading into a direction that I don't really agree with. Being a banana, I'm a lot more willing to challenge. Okay, it's not about not accepting the 八字 chart. For me, I'm just sharing my personal opinion, yeah. Okay. To me, it's not about not accepting my 八字 chart. It's about which actually directly answers Christian's earlier questions. How to see in charts if things are changeable from my side or not, or if it comes from outside. Okay. So it's about making full use of this chart. So let's say I want to be a superstar. Okay. But if you don't have that public luck, let's find another way for you to be that superstar. It's not always just one way, right? Let's find a
Yep.
different way for you to, which is why I always ask my clients, what are you looking for? What do you want? Because from the what do you want, then we use the energy of the chart. Okay. And when my two friends here says that a life is fixed, okay, this is fixed is when we live our lives unaware of the subconscious behavior, like Charmaine mentioned, bullying, punishment. Okay. But if someone highlights to you and tells you that, hey, listen, there's a pattern of behavior here. Every time you hit upon this, you do this. Okay. And it keeps repeating all your life, which is what's stopping you. But once we gain the awareness that, hey, I have this pattern, then it gives us some control to either continue the behavior. Do I amend the behavior? Do I try to stop it? Honestly, trying to stop it is very difficult. Amending the behavior actually is easier. Of course, the easiest is don't do anything, just follow. Then that is yin mang. That is admitting my life. Okay, I am like that one. Okay, but to really
That's why
seriously, guys, because the the um the old sages, including Confucius and Gang, right? They can be a little bit fatalistic. Yes, to a certain degree, yes, I agree. If my chart is not meant to do big things, you won't be pulled to do big things. Okay, but gaining awareness is very, very important. So at least you know what you're doing. Yeah, correct. MT Chen, from autopilot to conscious pilot. This is the key
yes,
to learning Chinese
yes.
metaphysics, right? So I mean,
Actually,
guys, I always joke
yeah.
my chart is super lazy one. Tell first, my 八字 chart is lazy, my 奇门 chart is lazy. Basically, I'm just lazy. Okay. So, but how do I then work with this lazy chart? So I find a way. So sometimes for us, I think this one Jonas will agree with me. Uh, the problem comes when the client resists, right? Like what is clearly something that is a big talent, the person resists. All right, no, no. So that is the time when it we all what right? So that's the two sides of the yin yang. Okay. To a
Yeah.
certain degree, I know that this autopilot is hard to fix, but to a certain degree, once you have the awareness, it can change. Will it change drastically? I don't know, because it depends on each person. 講完啦。
But actually, I totally agree with you. Actually, that's why when we look at the man, this part here, when we look at the fate here, it's not that we accept it, okay? And somehow, if let's say you are able to come to a stage to look at your chart, it is a sign to tell you that you can do something about it. It's just that the olden day interpretation is like to scare you, and the best is to scare you to the max and then tell you that you just take it, because they also know way, they also submitted to their chart already, okay? So they also cannot, don't know what else to tell you, what else you can do, okay? And we are blessed that in this era now is that, and this part here, we always says that this have to thanks to Joey, okay? So he breaks
Yes.
this pattern here, okay?
Mm.
Telling you that, okay, you can do something about your chart, okay? By looking at it, okay, now you know your chart, then what are the things that you can do? Okay, so what are the things that you accept? So that's why what the teaching is that they are parts, they are things in your chart, is things that you have to accept. What are the things that you have to accept? Where you come from, okay? Who are your
Your
parents?
day master.
Who are your
Your
siblings?
day,
Okay,
your
your
day
day
master.
master,
Unchanged.
okay? Yes. So this is something, this is what that you need to accept. Okay, you cannot change. Or you cannot change that. Okay, my day master, no, I do not want this, I want another one. This is not changeable, it's definitely fixed. Okay. But things can be changed is that when you know all this here, what are your clash, what are the things that you can, then you know, oh, okay, maybe when I know this, okay, so what are the things that I have to avoid? Like you, Pauline, you know that, okay, I have lazy chart ma. So then you know that, okay, I have lazy chart, then I cannot be lazy. So you are doing the opposite. So this is why, this is the part just now is that this is the second part. They see what are the things that you accept, what are the things that you can do about, you can do something about it. But when you are doing
I cannot
everything,
be.
okay,
It's very difficult. How can the high level you? How can I use this chart to overcome the lazy eye? That's the high level use. Easy way. Easy way
yes.
to not be lazy.
Okay. Oh, so this one, of course, our coming hack, we will be talking about this one, right?
Yes.
Christian has this question. It's rather, what can we do when external circumstances bring in bad events? Okay, I think I put up the question. Okay, because you only see two ways, like to continue it. For example, when destroy friendships. Okay. Or the luck pillar. Christian, actually what you are, this part here, even though without looking at the chart, okay, there's always things that we know whether is within our control or outside our control. This is when anything related to another person, okay. So because maybe you cannot read the person's chart, okay. So then by reading your own chart, how, if let's say if we see our own chart, I say, oh, there's a bullying, okay, there's this thing happen, I accept. Or even though if the chart says nothing, you will still need to learn how to overcome it. Okay, whether is this something happen outside or outside your control area. If outside your control area, then you cannot be taking in others people's problem into your part already.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Edward, you just made Charmaine
Yeah,
very, very happy.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
there'll be
Thank you. Yes,
next
yes.
session. There'll be encore.
I was just telling them, okay, my sharing sometimes can be very 乱 one, okay. So my thing is like come here, then unless
Yeah,
like I
so
really jot out everything nicely.
therefore you all need to ask her. The more you ask,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
more she'll
Please
blurt it
ask
out.
questions.
Yes.
Yes.
For example, the reason we are trying to talk about this, because this is mostly are not shared in class, not shared in courses, but these are all the foundations. A lot of people, a lot of masters will only share during their discipleship, And this kind of
Mm,
wisdom and all this deep learning are required for us to master it before we master the technical, so-called the metaphysics.
mm,
Because these are all philosophical study. For example, like whatever we mentioned, like, the first time when the baby just born out, inhale the
mm,
oxygen, why that would become the destiny? Why is that moment? It's similar like our
mm,
house. The moment we move into a house, a new empty house, that's the time we register. Basically, we are connecting the heaven, earth,
mm,
and man, the cosmic trinity. So that's how we
mm,
register. So that's why these
mm.
are all crucial information. People keep asking, hey, how if I do cesarean birth, if I modify my date and time of birth, will that affect? I have client yesterday who claim when I asked for born gender, he go and fill it out
Mm,
female. When I read all the lot people doesn't match is because he tried to manipulate the result. So you
Ah,
can outsmart the system. You can definitely outsmart the system, but you won't get what the desired outcome. So it still come back to you. Are you aware
yep.
that sometimes there are certain things that beyond our ability to change? Our birth chart is just a data. How you use it depends on your intelligence. The process of universe creations has ended. That's why in the old Chinese, last time when I heard about ᴛᴏᴜʴᴜ said, um, how to transliterate, good, ugly life
Uh,
has been born. Okay, you cannot change that birth cert. It's basically, it means that the creation process for the other party has ended. Now it's your time to create.
mm,
So
mm,
it's your role
mm,
to first find out what is the good thing you like about your chart. Let's say you
mm.
wanted to become a superstar. What element inside of that will help
Yeah.
you to
Can make
get
you a
that
superstar.
outcome?
Mm,
Yes, just like,
yep.
you wanted to go to that shopping mall, you look at you will check Google Map, looking at their operation hour, check out the distance, where the time you in order for you to reach the place, you must
Mm,
find out. So understanding the wisdom, how certain things that we cannot
mm,
change, like Christian, sometimes other people interference into other people's life that's beyond what we can do. But are
mm,
we
mm,
adaptable? Are we able to at least be preparing through finding out all this pattern? This is very important.
mm, mm.
yep.
So, Edward, do you want
So
to learn more?
actually, for us, the whole thing a lot. How we all came together, it's also by affinity, so like
Mm,
Mm,
when you guys comes to the channel, happen to bump into the channel, all these are all
mm.
by
It's all
affinity. And
affinity. Yes.
yeah, so just now I was saying, like, the husband and wife, maybe they two of them has a very bad chart, they are not meant to be together, okay. But then, if somehow, sometimes, okay, the two of them are meant to have a baby, okay, where this baby were able to connect them.
yes, I have such a
Also, there are
case.
things happen like, 都
The
有咁
hus-
樣
uh,
咯喎。
the wife totally fun the husband, but their life
I
were
have case.
fantastic.
Yeah.
They
Hả?
were
I have a
fantastic.
client. I have two clients, husband and wife. They always pay for a double session, two of them together. They masters completely fun yin and they know it. And it's the funnest consult because the two sit there in front of you and they bicker. Yeah lah, you lah,
Mm.
like that lah. You lah, it's your fault. No, 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 I didn't do that. And then the consultant go, hello, come back. So I don't know.
Yeah. So sometimes it's about our conscious decision making, and are we aware and can we comprehend? Can we live with it? In the old days, there's lack of education. Not everyone entitled for education like nowadays. And nowadays,
Mm.
learning is everywhere. As long as you have internet access, you can barely, have excuses to
You
not
can learn
learn
everything.
anything.
Yes, you
If
have
you
no
if you
excuse.
had if you resist to learn, all the company with all this doing education, they will spoon feed you by a lot of advertisement. Lah. By the time you're talking about this, later on you will you browse your Facebook, then some courses will pop up.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
Edward, you are right. I totally agree with you. Okay, so that's why actually, but I am one follow a lot on energy. Okay, I just flow with it, but not exactly flow lah. I'm consciously flow lah. Okay.
Flow. People thought you are pure floating.
A pure. Uh, Christian, wait lah. I'm getting my site.
Yes. Let Charmaine share her link. Meanwhile, a lot of people may just wondering why we are talking about this, because this is the crucial layer, the missing puzzle in, especially for those who are learning metaphysics. And a lot of people just focus on the tools, the skill set, the technical know-how. But the true essence come with overlay together with our life experience and our knowledge, our wisdom, how to handle circumstances, how life pattern work. So with this, like, there's a lot of misunderstood kind of conventional wisdom, and there's also a lot of all this golden phrase. I think it's worth us to discover and deep dive to understand what does it actually mean. 天煞孤星, the sky star and solitary star. How does it actually mean? So all this pattern, I think, is worth us to uncover so that we are consciously aware. Like I think last time we did the Shensha, I think that one is already quite important for people to discover. Because I have a client where, hey, I watched that time you say you have this star will become solitaire. Hey, is my son actually like this? Oh, unfortunately he is lah. But it won't die one lah.
I want to answer this question as well. Just to carry on, I was talking to one of my coaches the other day, and she has this thing where she really likes helping people. Right? Sometimes she has no boundaries. So I actually told her that when we learn Chinese metaphysics, the first thing you have to become aware of is the Yao So Wai, Yao So Bat Wai. Know what you are
Yep.
supposed to do, what you
Yep.
are not supposed to do. In fact, at one point, I actually told Charmaine, it's like, hey, you're getting all these difficult cases. You better be careful where you draw the boundaries. So I famous for forgetting my consults within half an hour after the consults. It's forgotten, deleted, right? That's my advantage, because it has to be forgotten, because I have to return your energy to you in whole, so that you can then go and do your thing.
Actually, I noticed that my DE in very good use.
Yes. For those who have DE, this is one of the best purpose to use. Anywhere DE in your chart. Okay. The DE element actually is very good. It can be used, but it's just that not taught in most of the school because people felt that void is half discounted, unavailable. So that's why actually sometimes when we are doing some consultation, especially we the consultant, we have to know how to detach the connections and also the what we call the bioenergetic resonance so that we protect our own bioenergetic field, our own energy field. Otherwise, we may indirectly connected, just like we are connected and synchronized with some other devices. If you did not disable it, they may drain our energy without us knowing. Or sometimes our action may cause certain unnecessary interference into their life lesson. So these are all required. So that's why, like Pauline mentioned, set the boundary clear are very, very important. So especially for those who learn metaphysics to help people, they may be overly passionate because they feel, I'm just here to study. So I go and ask everyone who have a question, I plot chart, I read for them. Sometimes this can become interfering. You have to understand the boundary, either the law of karmic or the cause and effect. You must know where do you stand in, because not everyone can do everything. Sometimes our consultation fees are just barely the what we call the medical fees, the rejuvenation fees. A lot of people don't understand. They
Edward,
call it 医药
trust me,
费.
you will Yeah,
Me,
you
of
will
course,
find your
yes,
DE very
yes.
useful. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, DE is a very useful thing.
Yeah. Okay. So, and of course, we would like to share with you all that I know, and we know many of you are waiting for our hack. It's back. Okay. Even though you're not excited, we will.
搞錯你哋，hello，不過齋下相啊嘛，
Yeah,
睇下
You
yeah.
apapun tara letak.
apapun
Share
darah
ya.
letak you cakap apa again?
Ayo.
As usual. So this is what happened. Cakap saja.
This is
Talk only.
this is easy style, okay?
Yeah.
Talk only.
Okay. So the action is in DE. So wait for someone else.
Yes. Chuẩn nó tiêu mà mày.
我都喺度揾緊啊。
Hả?冇啦，我擠
I
form
wasn't
啦。
expecting.
係啊
Didn't prepare.
，You're go and check out our forms, okay? Let me
I
put
cannot post
here.
somehow.
Huh?
Yes, I cannot
Why
post.
cannot post?
I
The
don't know.
universe don't allow us to post
Yeah.
不是
Not allow me to post only lah.
不会
Yes,
吧
okay? Yeah, 不會的。
？Wait,
I think
I
我因
tried.
為出咗嚟咁樣
Now I
accept，
tulan
okay？ 唔可以 post 咩？你講唔可以 share 相啊？
No, because the StreamYard seems either I logged off or whatsoever it asked me to join the chat.
冇啊，因為 just
Please,
我
I'm
幫你
sharing
講，
screen.
我
Please put up. I'm sharing screen.
Okay.
Please put up.
叉。I go and drum my phone.
You see lah, my
Can
two
hear
friends.
my
You
drum
see
or
lah,
not?
like that lah.
Okay, so yes, as usual, because I think this is our third hack, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Our third hack is our fourth or fifth workshops. Okay, so
And our cheapest hack
yes,
to date
yeah, actually, hey, you better grab. Okay, we purposely make it lower. One is also because Malaysia ringgit very low, okay, and then we sayang our Malaysian friends here. So since when we sayang our Malaysian friends and the all other parts who is using USD, your untung lah, okay, your 摊掉了, okay. So and actually, as usual, and I find and I have to urge all of you that come on to this Hack My 2024. Mainly, most importantly, is because the period 9 is coming. Okay, so next year is very very crucial. Okay, for you all to kickstart your year right. Okay, to kickstart your period right. Okay. So if let's say you are one, because it's gonna be the next 20 years. So if let's say, of course, we are not telling you the period 9 or whatever, but having a good start, okay, on the very beginning of the period, okay, it actually sets your foot right, okay, and you know we always in Mandarin we say 赢在起跑线, okay, so you start winning from the very very beginning. Okay, so and we only this time round check out the forms that we put up already. Okay, and the fees is much lower than our previous one. Okay, so of course for our past students, so there's no reasons for you to say no this time round. Okay, yeah, but or maybe you guys learn already, you think, hey, okay, no need already, now I know. Okay, of course we learn something new also ma. So as three of us, we learn something new, then want to share ma. Okay, so yeah, you will definitely learn something new again, or you want to tell them what are the new things that they learn.
Slowly.
Slowly,
Oh,
slowly,
slowly, yeah. Okay,
slowly.
huh?
Yeah.
Next week,
Okay,
next week,
Mama
next week.
meet. Ah,
Next week we tell. Mama meet.
Oh, Mama meet, you know, like people selling
Ah.
those miên phấn quê à. Okay. Cái cầu meet.
Mama meet. Một cầu mama xin chỉ để meet. Okay. Why
Okay.
don't we preview
So
next week? Next week, even though we think well, the Charmaine and Jonas don't think so, I think it's too early, but never mind. Okay, we're gonna preview a sneak preview of the zodiacs for
okay lah.
2024. Which one good
Okay,
for
okay.
career?
Good.
Oh yes.
Which
Or
one
should we
Good,
ask
good,
them
good.
for which one they wanted to view first?
relationship? No. We the next week one is Pauline tell story.
Okay, Pauline tell
Okay.
story.
Okay lah. Okay.
I man
So then we
meet,
will
okay? Meet. But actually,
so,
our Jonas already released his full video already lah. Meet makwai meet.
Mine is just partial information, just a very surface
uh,
information.
the
The
full
deep
one
one, the
must come
story
to
mode.
hack my 2024.
Yes.
The deep one, if you all have the patience, then watch mine loh, because each animal sign at least 15 to 20 minutes I talk. Even my staff, my studio staff also asking me, you need to talk so much. Then I'm going like, I don't know, got a
Yeah.
lot to say. Oh.
So all
Cannot
will
skip.
be busy with all our channels already, okay? And then yeah, check out our forms, okay, on to know more about Hack My 2024. And then I also posted my YouTube link, okay? If you all can go ᴡɪ괱ᴅᴏᴍ, can subscribe. And also tomorrow is sessions with Gary, okay? Gary will be sharing on 奇门 for tomorrow, okay?
Mm.
All right. So
Hey,
we will
tonight's
see you all
topic
next
so
week.
wait. Tonight's topic so interesting. I forgot to say 发生我.
Hay.
Now you can take your time to enjoy your peanut.
你可以慢慢食啦。Okay. All right. So we will see you all. Okay. Ciao. Bye.
Bye bye.